Oh wait.
Whoa, what do we have here?
So over here we have the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. And basically what that was that on August 20, 1963, as a way to African American rights in the hopes of economic advantage, the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom was created and planned by several civil rights activists and organizations such as Martin Luther King, Jr., and Bayard Rustin and Philip Randolph, and specifically Randolph because he was the one who surfaced the initial idea of the march 20 years before him. And we're gonna give you a little tour of our artifacts, and starting with Harmony.
Okay, so my artifact from the March on Washington was the pin that the volunteers and participants got after the march. And my pin was very significant to, the March on Washington because it's a great reminder of, the sacrifices and efforts made by each participant in order to advocate for the rights that everyone deserves.
So next up, we have the very podium that civil rights activist / leader Martin Luther King Jr. spoke on. So I'm sure you guys all recall his I Have a Dream speech. He first said it in Detroit, of course, but this for the March on Washington was where it received its recognition, and it was echoed throughout the years. But it wouldn't have been able to be echoed throughout the years if it wasn't for this podium. It served as a platform for him to receive the authority he needed and for his message and demands to be heard for everyone on the March on Washington. So it was telling civil rights activists, authority figures, civilians, citizens, what they were demanding, what they wanted for the future, and this served as a way for him to get his message across.
All right. Next is my little protest sign over here. And basically the importance of it is that it shows how everyone in the community went together, whether they be employed, unemployed, poor, or rich. Any social status, wherever they were all coming together in this movement, this march, to say. And they used the specific word demand because they weren't asking for this change. They weren't waiting for this change to happen like Randolph did, who had initially brought it up and then got ignored by Roosevelt. And they're demanding these changes. They're not waiting for them to happen, which is why they all came together making these signs to fight for what was right.
Okay, my artifact is this newspaper article from the days and weeks preceding the March on Washington. Over here it mentions the different races and religions that were present at the march, and this just emphasizes that it wasn't just important to African Americans, it was important to everybody. A lot of people thought that the march was going to end in riots and be super violent, but actually none of that happened. It was a super peaceful and dignified protest and march. This just goes to show the actions and wants of the civil rights activists that organized this. They didn't want any fighting, any riots or anything. They just wanted peace and harmony and equality for everyone.
So my artifact is the microphone from the March on Washington used by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. My artifact is very important because without this microphone, you would not be able to hear the important things that he was talking about. You would not be able to hear the motivation and inspiration that he had for the people. And this microphone was used to give guidance to everyone in the crowd. So, yeah.
Thank you.